Hi. A long time no see. Hello, this is Aneta, the owner of Vienna, a Gothic cross-stitch pattern store. It's been a minute. This is my 12th episode of Flosstube officially. I didn't do Flosstube for the last 2 weeks. Reason being, I was focusing on making progress on some of the cross stitches that I have coming up. And I was in fact streaming. I was hosting some cross stitch meetups. So I was online, but not officially on Flosstube. So I promised that I will drop a Flosstube episode today. So here I am. I'm recording. It's Saturday evening, Saturday 15th of November. It's dark outside, but fear not, this has absolutely no impact on the quality of this Flosstube. What am I going to talk about today? I have an agenda written at the back of a receipt from Komolka. I stopped by to get some threads today, and I was like, you know what, I'm a serious Flosstuber. I'm going to draw up an agenda. So I have finishes, I have whips, I have an announcement. I have two announcements. I'm a serious person with two announcements that I will share. The first announcement. It's very exciting. I am pleased to tell you that now I am a certified cross-stitch designer. Yes, I have completed a course from Jennifer Williams. Who the heck is Jennifer Williams? Well, she's a cross-stitcher who released a Udemy course that's called the Ultimate Cross-Stitch Design Course, Beginner to Pro. And I saw this course on Udemy, where I spent a lot of time because I constantly buy courses from Udemy, from Coursera, from Open University. I love learning. So I saw that course and thought, you know what? I am a cross-stitch designer, but I am not a certified cross-stitch designer. Therefore, I will take this course and learn as much as I can. Side note, I've always wanted to create a similar course myself, because when I started getting into cross-stitch designing, that was 2021, I talked about the beginnings of Cross-Stitch Vienna already in the first Flosstube, which you can check out here. So when I started designing, there wasn't a resource like that. So I was thinking about creating one. But to be honest with you, now that I've taken this course, I don't think that there is any need for that. Because this course was excellent. And this comes from someone that's not trained in art, and it's not trained in pixel art or graphic design in general. I come from purely marketing strategic background. My forte is writing, creating design for social media, for digital channels. I can do it, but I wasn't trained in this discipline, and graphic design requires some knowledge, a lot of knowledge actually. So I decided to take this course. Here's a copy of the receipt. I did not receive this course. I hadn't known who Jennifer Williams was before buying this course on Udemy. She doesn't know I'm doing this review. I will tag her, because she does have a YouTube channel, but essentially this is just my opinion. So this course is not very long, all things considered. It says on the certificate that it took me 8 hours 30 minutes to complete. That's not a lot. And I do have to say that the structure of the course is very logical. It talks you through cross-stitch basics, material, software. Jennifer uses WinStitch, which I also use for designing cross-stitch charts. So she tells the users, the students, all about the different tools in WinStitch. And I actually learned a lot also about different ways of using WinStitch, which I found was really, really useful. But the most important parts, which I thought are relevant to anyone who wants to become a cross-stitch designer, is the basics of designing for cross-stitch, coming from someone that also has knowledge of graphic design. And the way that Jennifer approached the topic is to talk about shapes, shadow and light, how to create a realistic cross-stitch, 2D cross-stitch, 3D cross-stitch. And she always emphasized that even if you're thinking about cross-stitch in terms of pixel art, you always are making concessions, you're making decisions, there are affordances, where you are deciding that something might not necessarily be looking like its real-life counterpart, but you're fine with that decision. So there was a lot of that discussion throughout the course. There was color theory, which is, again, something that I hadn't expected from this course. But it does make a lot of sense to discuss it, because when you're composing color palettes, that's going to make the pattern look good or bad. So honestly, hats off to Jennifer. Even though I've been designing now for 4 years, I learned a lot from the course. And if you are hoping to become a cross-stitch designer, I think this is a very good investment, especially if you're going to be using WinStitch. There are also explanations to DMC, a color palette, and how to use existing resources to design alphabets or other shapes and forms and whatnot. So yeah, if you're just like me, who had not had any art education, you will really benefit a lot from this course. If you've been designing for a while, I don't think it's a bad idea to take it and just understand how another designer goes about creating patterns. There are some process lessons in this course where she's talking through the process of designing something, and you get to witness how a person that designs cross-stitch charts professionally think and what decisions they make. There are many designers, for example, Raven Coven, that post time lapses of their design process, which I find fascinating, but we don't hear this monologue that makes the designer decide which direction they want to go, because there are many ways of approaching a topic. So I'm a certified cross-stitch designer now. I recommend this course. Udemy offers constantly, so you can get this course for 13 euros. They usually do discounts, but yeah, if you want to take it, honestly, I recommend it. It's really good. I enjoyed it. A lot of love, care, and passion went into this course. I can tell. And yeah, hats off to you, Jennifer. It's really, really good. I enjoyed it. So that was an announcement that wasn't on my agenda. So ad hoc, you know what? There's another thing I've just remembered I should tell you. You know what? We're just gonna go on. The show must go on. Let's start with finishes. I have three. I have three finishes. The first one is a chart that I designed for no reason, honestly. I've had this idea for quite some time about designing something that's both cute and creepy, and I finally saw it in my mind and quickly stitched it. This is cute but creepy. A colorful retro game emoji inspired cross stitch that blends some colorful elements such as butterfly, a ribbon, a lollipop with some creepy fire. There's a bloodied face, there's a knife that's still dripping with fresh blood, a UFO, there's a tiny green bat. I made this cross stitch available for free to all tier 3 members. So if you are tier 3, you can go on my website, log in and get this cross stitch chart for free. And this is a beautiful way to tell you that the tiers that I have talked about extensively have launched. So now Cross Stitch Vienna has 3 tiers. The first one, which is the customer tier, where you have to buy something to become a customer. And you get access to exclusive blog articles, products, lots of freebies, early releases, you get customer newsletter, all that jazz. And if you want to be more involved, you can upgrade to tier 2 by participating in the current community quest. And the current community quest is the Finish of the Year award. I announced it, I think, end of August or beginning of August. I announced it forever ago because I wanted to give people time to participate. The community quest, Finish of the Year, essentially asks you to post a finish of Cross Stitch Vienna's chart on your Instagram with a specific text, and if you do that, you will be submitting an entry to the Finish of the Year competition, and you have a chance of winning 1 year of 80% off discount. So you will get a discount code that you can apply whenever you want, and you will get 80% off any cross stitch pattern in 2026 on Cross Stitch Vienna. So the competition is ongoing until end of this month, and yeah, if you want to participate, please do. The judges, I have written about it in the newsletter. I will pick 3 people that are not cross stitch, that are not cross stitchers. I will pick 3 normies and ask them to judge the pictures, and I will not be the one selecting the winner. So honestly, what you will be judged on, the presentation of the picture and the finish, how it's photographed. So if you would like to get a huge discount for an entire year to buy stuff from my store, now is the time. And if you're participating in the Finish of the Year competition, you can also join the exclusive Facebook group. So the Facebook group is where you can post Cross Stitch Vienna finishes, have discussions with others that are also stitching Cross Stitch Vienna patterns. It just launched, and I hope to grow it into a small but cozy community for anyone that would like to just connect with others that love creepy Gothic cross stitch. And tier 3 will be reserved for people that are particularly active in the community, and that's where I stream bi-weekly now. So every other week I do a stream on a Sunday where I make progress on some of the cross stitches. Usually these are cross stitches that have not been that have not been released yet, so you get a preview. The community is small, again, it's on Discord because I want to keep it cozy. I want to keep it friendly, and if someone is really active in the group and wants to join these regular events, they're welcome to. Why did I not do it a Patreon style where you pay to get into different tiers? I don't know. I spoke in the last video about the fact I don't really like Patreon, and I think that it's fair that I prioritize people that want to do more than just buy charts. CrossFit is such a bonding, beautiful activity. I think it also is nice when it's shared with other people, and yeah. So that's my message. And the second finish is actually the second and third finish is the same chart that comes in two versions. So November makes me think about people that are not around anymore, especially two people. One of them is a person that I met off an online forum forever ago, and he's been someone that I really cherished, and he left too soon. And the second person was a family member who taught me a lot about how to keep going, and I really, 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 really miss her. So I was thinking about these two people, and I've had this idea about doing some sort of like a mourning cross stitch memorabilia, something that symbolizes the fact that I think about these two people a lot, really a lot, especially now. And I was reading a book about London cemeteries, and in one of the chapters it was said that rosemary was used in funeral rites to scatter the herb over open coffin for practical reasons, but also rosemary, as I started reading up about the symbolism of that herb, rosemary symbolizes remembrance, and it was often also handed to people participating in funeral feasts, and woven into funeral flowers. It was supposed to ward off evil spirits while keeping the memory of those that we cared about alive. So I've designed this small chart. It's called Rosemary for Remembrance, and it comes in two versions. One is with flowers and one is without. I didn't know that rosemary flowers, and not only that, but the flowers come in 3 colors: pink, blue, and purple. And I also will post this chart in 3 colors and the flowerless version, which is what I know. This tiny version is in fact petit point because I stitched it on 32 count with single thread with a regular needle, because I didn't have a needle that small that would not warp the linen. And I really, really love how they both came out. This design, I used some watercolors to stamp some letters into the tea-dyed linen, and I put this finish in a hoop that is wrapped with newspapers. So I had this like yellowish newspaper, and I used it to wrap the hoop with it, so it has this very balanced, elegant look. I had some letters from the family member that I've spoken about, but I want to keep them. I don't want to use them for crafting or anything. So this is the second best thing. So the Rosemary for Remembrance is not listed anywhere yet. It probably won't be until next year. And it's one of many herbal charts that I have planned, because the history of herbs in rituals, in traditional funerals, in rituals of remembering people is pretty vast. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So these are the 3 finishes that I have. Before I move to whips, I have one more finish. This is not a new finish, but I talked about it in my last video that I found this finish in my folder, and I wanted to frame it finally now that I feel more comfortable doing that. And just wanted to show you. This is Take a Break from the Plague, Take a Break in Cross Stitch, Plague Doctor, a finish that I've had in my folder for several months, at least since last year, I think, because that's when I did the mental health and cross stitch survey. This was a reward in that survey. Now it's listed in the story if you want to get it. And the finish is inspired by Irina, who had done like a hoop in the frame, framing, which I really loved. So I decided to copy her and use the frame as a background and put the doctor, the plague doctor, over one piece of foam, so it's not entirely flat, and stick it to this fabric. The fabric is Rico. I bought 2 scrolls when I was at Regina's, picking up some thread, and it's very colorful and happy. So that's going to go up on my wall of frames behind me, and I'm very pleased with it. And now work in progress. I've been very slow, but I have started on some of the charts that I've talked about on my Flosstube. The first one is Iron Lung. So this is fan art of the Iron Lung game, and also a movie that Markiplier produced and starred in. And it's red on red, and I had not realized how much of a problem stitching red on red might be until I started doing it. You know how people complain about stitching black on black Aida? I never understood, because yeah, I don't actually stitch frequently on black these days, now I think about it. But red on red, that pain, I felt it. I really did. I made small progress. This is the first red that features in the design. I think there are 5 or 6 different reds for this particular design. So I have more work ahead of me. But I'm happy that I finally started it. It's been on my pile for quite some time. The second one is a Christmas cross stitch, and it's a fugly Christmas sweater with Krampus. I designed it last week. I went to Komolka to get some blues, dark blues for the actual sweater, and I will be doing the sweater today or maybe tomorrow. I have a second part of the Twilight marathon to stitch through, so I will have plenty of time to stitch and work on this particular cross stitch. I think I will finish it tomorrow as well, because there's not a lot that goes into it. There are 3 or 4 more colors, and it's pretty straightforward. I will probably release this design next month because of Krampus Nacht. it's, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to stitch a Christmas ornament shaped like a sweater, and that's where it came from. And the last cross stitch, I won't show it to you, as in like I will show it to you, but it will be blurred because it's a surprise. I kept dropping the hints about something coming on the 1st of December, and this is going to be it. This chart will be released for tier 2 in the store on the 1st of December. And if you are part of the Facebook group or the Discord server, you've seen glimpses of it, but you've not seen how it's going to look like when it's finished. And that will only happen on the 1st of December. So I am making good progress. It's quite large, considering my other charts, but I'm enjoying it. That's all I'm gonna say. I have a lot of time to stitch now. I try to stitch every night and have some significant progress in some of these designs, because the one that I've just shown you, there's a deadline, the 1st of December. The rest, not really. I'm not going to be releasing many new charts, like this Krampus sweater. That's just unexpected. That's just, I've just designed it, I liked it, so I'm gonna release it. But the plan was not to really stress about it and just focus on stitching. But what I also wanted to show you is the advent calendar that I got from Wintertagtraum, from Nora, who is an absolute sweetheart. So she does annual advent calendar with yarn, and this year she also did embroidery. So it's not a typical advent calendar. It has 5 threads, one for each Sunday in December. So I think it's less stressful than a regular advent calendar, because you can really pace yourself and open one pack every Sunday. I plan to design a chart for this particular calendar. I don't know the colors. I know the color palette because she did tease it on her website, but I think I'm going to design something cute with cats to celebrate it and to enjoy it. So there are 5 threads and a surprise that was attached to the calendar. That's that from me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this short update. Big shout out to my biggest Flosstube fan, Kristen. Thank you for telling me in person that you enjoy my videos, means a lot. And yeah, I hope that you are going to have a lovely Sunday, and I will see you soon in the next episode of my Flosstube. Bye!